is another Sunday, and today we have Christine Ogola from Scholar Park, who will be, walking us through the whole journey of applying for, scholarships. So I want, today we have Sharon on the panel, we have Beatrice Mburo on the panel, and then, as I said, we'll be interviewing Christine Ogola, and she runs a page. The page of the name of the page is called Scholar Park, and she only deals with scholarships, how you can identify a good scholarship, how you can apply. She will walk us through all that journey until the end. So welcome so much.
Thank you.
So welcome so much, Christine. So I'll let Sharon and Beatrice introduce themselves, and then we'll finish with Christine and move on. Okay, Beatrice.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Thank you guys so much once again for watching us live. Today we have Christine Ogola, and she's going to walk us through how to successfully apply for scholarships. And we welcome you to our show. Please get a pen and paper. Let's write all this stuff down, because I know we all have brothers and sisters out there that will really benefit from this. Karibuni sana. Well, back to you, Sharon.
Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Christine. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Sharon Adundo. We are the admins of Financial Hikers Group. We are all about empowerment, just to try to help everybody get situated. We need to learn to enhance our community by empowering everybody with information that we have. So today we are lucky to have one of the unique areas that most people struggle with, and we have Christine who will be sharing with us. Sometimes information, people don't take it serious. So if you think this one can help your relatives, your brothers, sisters, it's time to take charge. So let's listen, let's get information, and we welcome you to this session, and let's learn a thing or two from Christine. Back to you. Go ahead, Christine, and introduce yourself.
Okay, so thank you for having me, Financial Hikers. So thank you, Michael, Beatrice, and Sharon for having me as well. My name is Christine Ogola. So as you heard, I run a Facebook page and also a YouTube channel called Scholar Park. And basically, Scholar Park is meant to share with people available scholarship opportunities. So we'll talk more on scholarship opportunities, how to apply, what to consider, and all that in the course of this live discussion.
Okay, thank you so much, members. I've had, I've had a lot of people ask me, I've had a lot of friends, on Facebook, family members ask me, how can I be able to get a scholarship, like in the US, in the UK, or any other country out there that I can actually further my studies? And one of the biggest thing has always been financing. Someone can get a scholarship, but are they able to finance themselves living in a foreign country and doing those studies? So most of the time it has been a problem when it comes to, getting financed and even getting those opportunities. So I feel like this is a very opportune moment for most people that are actually tuned in right now, and those that are going to be tuned in to actually learn something, because I stumbled upon Christine. She was doing a live feature and I saw it, and then I talked to her to come and talk to you guys. So we'll welcome every member that if you got a question, if you got a concern, please raise it and let's see if we can help you. And also, this information does not just end here, it goes beyond here. She says she runs a YouTube channel, and she runs a Facebook channel. Make sure you follow the channel, make sure you keep up to date with what she's doing, the new videos as they drop. I know she's dropping another video soon. She was doing it a few days ago, and then she has another one coming. And then go back and watch those ones that she has done. So Christine, will you at least tell us about yourself, a little bit about yourself?
I'm 27 years old. My friends think I'm outgoing, but I think I'm an introvert, kind of. So aside from that, I love physical activities like cycling, hiking, like anything that will keep me in shape, and also my mental and my physical health. Yeah, I think that's it about myself. I have an experience in, I forgot to mention that, in pharmaceutical marketing. So I did my bachelor's in JKUAT. I did biochemistry and molecular biology, and then after JKUAT, I did a pharmaceutical marketing with Pfizer Pharmaceutical for like 3 years before. Yeah.
Okay, so members, you got someone here who has some experience under her belt already. She went through her undergrad at JKUAT, finished that. She went out there, she worked herself, at a job, and then after a while she decided, okay, let me go back to school. But she did not have the funds to do that, so she decided to go look for a scholarship. So she's actually gone through that journey. She's not going to talk about something that is superficial. She's going to talk to us about something that herself she's gone through and she's actually still going through. Mm-hmm. So I think if you grab a pen and paper, or if you can later on, if you can always go back to the page and watch it, and also you can actually download the video. To start off, I'll let Sharon, she'll handle the first few questions. Please, Sharon, take on.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Christine, for this opportunity again. Mm-hmm. So to start, we just wanted to find out, here is this scholarship issue. Is there a particular age group to look at, or is there, what do they consider? Do they consider age group to start with?
Yeah. So, mostly the scholarship opportunities that I'm sharing are for postgraduate studies and also undergraduate. I've come across few undergraduate scholarship opportunities. So most of them really need, like grades. For scholarship, you need to have grades, mostly first class upper, second class upper, and sometimes second class lower. And you can also, for the scholarship opportunities that you're sharing, they all have different eligibility criteria. You find that this scholarship will restrict the age limit, will have an age limit. This scholarship will consider people from first class to second class lower. This scholarship will only consider first class. So it depends with the scholarship opportunities. And we always encourage students that whenever we share a scholarship opportunity, you need to go to the eligibility part and check whether you're eligible for that particular scholarship, because that is very important. But mostly for master's degree, for master's scholarship, of course, they'll need a degree certificate and degree transcripts. For your undergraduate, sometimes you might not have graduated from your undergraduate studies, but you can produce your transcripts. By the time you're awarded a scholarship, they'll need a certificate. So it also depends with a particular scholarship opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you. I hear you already tackled one of the areas that I wanted to ask you, because you are majorly talking about master's, first class, second class, and I wanted to ask you if someone who wants to do bachelor's can also apply.
Yeah.
And I'll ask you about if someone was already started the program can get in and apply for any opportunity that is there. Is there any restriction, or so long as they qualify, if you're already in the program?
Mm-hmm. So most of the scholarships that I've come across, they always take scholars who are beginning. You've not started your studies, because at times they feel like if you're able to start a particular program, a particular study, it means you're able to fund yourself. So most of the scholarship opportunities that you come across, they need you start with them. You apply for admission and use the admission to apply for the scholarship. But really, there are other scholarship, they are called grants, financial grants, that you can apply for when you're already doing your studies, when you're already in a particular course or in a particular program. So talk of undergraduate scholarship, there's a scholarship, undergraduate scholarship program I shared on YouTube. For USIU, it's a MasterCard Foundation Scholarship Program for USIU. So you can also go and check it out. It's for undergraduate, people who are fresh from secondary school. They can go and check it out and see if they can apply. Yeah.
Thank you. And as far as the scholarship goes, I know we are worldwide. Do you handle specific countries, or is there specific? Is it open? Do you help with anybody, wherever you are, in different parts of the world?
Yes, yeah. So we share scholarship opportunities across the world in all countries, from Africa to from regional to international to local scholarship opportunities. So we don't really restrict that a particular country or a particular region. We share scholarship opportunities from across the world.
I'm sorry, I dropped off, and I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I'm now. Hear some echo on my end. You said you're helping people from different places, wherever they are. Do you
Yes.
have do you help people? Do you walk people through, or you just give them the information and then they take care of the issue by themselves?
So as at now, we take people through in terms of not spoon feeding them or doing everything for them, but if they are stuck, I always tell people. For example, there's a student who was applying for a DAD scholarship the other day, and she asked me to take her through the application process. But then I asked her, where are you stuck? Like, where do you need assistance from? So basically, we don't spoon feed you, but we help you. Like if you, after you've written, for example, a motivation letter, you can send for us, and I'll review your application letter and tell you, this one you did wrong, this one you did right, do this, do that. Yeah. So in general, we walk you through and we tell you what you need to do, what is required, and yeah, so that you're able to apply. And we've received requests from across. It's impressive that we've received inquiries from across Africa, from Kenya to Ethiopia. That day I was helping like this Ethiopian guy apply for a PhD scholarship to Nigeria. So yeah, most people are so interested in applying for scholarship. So I just hope that people can, apply because the opportunities are out there.
Okay, so
If you need assistance, you can always let us know.
So I know you don't spoon feed, and I know there is one major part that people have a problem with. Suppose I'm interested and I'm having trouble writing those mission statements and those initial of the application. Do you also have an option of paying you to do that, or they need to figure out how to do that by themselves?
Okay, so since ScholarPack is still new, we started ScholarPack the other day. So as at now, we don't charge anything, we just assist you. And I assist at the best way that I can. For example, like posting stuff, like if someone is writing a motivation letter, scholarship essay, which is a very critical part in scholarship application. I posted a video on how to write a scholarship essay, you see. So that's how we help students apply for the scholarships. So we tell you how to write a scholarship essay. We even bring guests to talk about how to get recommendation letters from referees, references, recommendation letters from your referees, and all that. Yeah, so as at now we don't charge, but maybe in the future, because we have, like a future plan for ScholarPack.
Thank you for helping with the questions that I have. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, thank you so much. I think the first session has been very formative. As a student, most people actually want to further their studies, but you just have to find out how to do that. And having someone, actually helping you through the journey. And initially, like she said, she's not charging a dime for something like that. I think most people can take opportunity of that and actually get to do something, because I have a lot of guys we went to university with. They ask me about such information, and I hope you guys, I put this one out there on my Facebook page. I put it wherever I can. I hope you guys are following up on this and you're going to actually look into doing the same thing. So on the second part, I'll let Beatrice take off, ask a few questions as we continue. Beatrice.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Christine, for being with us again today. And my first question to you: what's the hardest part of applying for that scholarship? I know you've had some experience. What are the hardest part for the application process?
Well, the hardest. Sorry, I had an. Okay, so the hardest part for applying for me, I would say, is just the patience and just applying, because application for scholarship, I can admit, is not easy because you need to submit a number of documents and you also need to be patient from writing. Most people fear writing, and also looking for references or recommendation letters, because you find that most people who are applying for scholarships, they need most scholarships need 2 recommendation letters from your academic references and from your professional references. So you find that students who are applying for scholarship left their undergraduate, were not in touch with their lecturers for undergraduate studies. So getting a lecturer to write for you a recommendation letter can be a problem, and also asking your boss to write for you a reference letter, recommendation letter, can also be a challenge to many students. But in all, just the writing a motivation letter, which is a very critical part. And I think people just fear applying for the scholarship. People have a lot of myths and a lot of mentalities that scholarships are not real. The other time someone asked me, are these things real? They think like you need to know someone to apply for a scholarship, which is not true. And most of the scholarship organizations are from from outside the country. I might say that, like DAD, that's the most known scholarship opportunity in Kenya or in Africa. It's called it's a German funded scholarship. So these people are not interested in, they're not interested in connections. They don't give scholarships based on connections or based on, so you just take your hard work to apply. And applying for a scholarship needs patience, because from my experience, immediately I left my undergraduate studies, I started applying for scholarships and I got a number of regrets. So you find that people, when they get regrets, they give up. They say, oh, this is not for me. So it takes persistence and really what you want. If you really want to further your studies, then you'll go for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for shedding some light on that. And once you apply, because I know a lot of people, they want to do the application and, we all get impatient. Do you have like an idea of like a waiting period? What's the waiting period once the application is started?
Sorry? Please repeat the question.
Yes, sorry about that. I was asking you about the waiting period. So, a lot of people, once they do the application, they get impatient waiting, on getting a feedback on the applications. Do you have like an idea of a waiting period after the application?
Yeah, actually, scholarship applications, they take time because they have to review. They have many applications that they need to review and they need to go through and make a decision. So some scholarship even take up to 6 months. Some take as less as 3 months. So after application, I don't think that's it's a problem. I mean, you can just wait because they take time to decide. The only thing is apply before application. I don't think most people have an issue waiting after application, but most people have an issue with before application, because you find that students always wait till the last end, maybe a week to a scholarship deadline, to apply for a scholarship. So I'd advise students to start applying for scholarships very early because of the documents that is needed, because of the reference letters. Again, referees are busy people, and you need to give them time to get back to you with the recommendation letters. So yeah, I'd advise students to start as early before the application deadline so that they can avoid, like rush at the end of, before the close of the application process. Yeah, and then after application, you just have to wait. You don't have a choice. Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering that. And another question I will have for you is, do you help your applicants do the draft the cover letters? Because I know a lot of people have hard time on knowing what to do, what to put on the cover letter. Do you have like some kind of help when people do that, their cover letters?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so actually, most inquiries that we've gotten is about the scholarship essay, motivation letters, and filling the application form. So yeah, we've helped students by, if I say we, Scholar Park, it's me, I'm the co-founder of Scholar Park. I forgot to mention this in the beginning. And then we have a co-founder called Selamawit, she's from Ethiopia. So if I say we now, you know what we mean. So we help students, again, we tell them, where are you stuck? Like even after writing a scholarship essay, after they write, we review their essays, and even the application form, we've helped them fill the application form so far. But writing for them, no, unless you're paying us. But reviewing, yes, we review their scholarship essays, their motivation letters. Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. And just like in everything you do, you have a time frame on where you want to see yourself. Where do you see Scholar Park 5 years from now?
Yeah. Okay. So let me just give a how Scholar Park started. So, when I was growing up, I forgot to mention that throughout my education, I've been on scholarship from primary to secondary to, undergraduate. I used HELB, which is the Higher Education Loans Board. And then now my postgraduate studies, I'm also on scholarship. So in my heart, I feel like there are many people who like they have potential and they are very smart people, but they don't have finances. And as an individual, if someone didn't identify my potential and sponsored me, took me through primary education, secondary education, I would have not been where I am right now. So I have a heart of giving people a chance to at education so that they can get education and also quality education. Yeah, because there's a difference between just education and quality education. So as at now, Scholar Park is just basically sharing scholarship opportunities with people as they come to our attention, because we get to hear, once you're in that scholarship space, you get to hear a number of scholarship opportunities. And I remember I was talking to my former boss, Ben Sayo, and he was like, most people don't get to hear these scholarship opportunities. So you need to share. And I was like, yeah, we need to share these scholarship opportunities. And that's how we started the YouTube channel. So in the next 5 years, we're basically planning to make Scholar Park an agency, a link between different universities, local universities, regional universities, and even international universities with students, and also link the scholarship bodies, the scholarship bodies that are offering scholarships to students with students, like basically be an agent, and also after you help you apply for scholarship, help you apply for admission in whatever university you want to study in, help you get accommodation whenever you want to go to study, help you get apply for visas and all that. that is in the next 5 years, and maybe in the future, in the next, like 10 to 15 years, God knows. We are hoping to make a Scholar Park like a foundation that can offer scholarships to students to study either locally or abroad. Yeah, so that's our dream in Scholar Park.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. I'll hand it over back to Mike for further questioning.
Okay, thank you so much, Beatrice, and thank you so much, Christine, for responding to our questions. It's coming to it's kind of coming to my attention. Like most of the people we talk to, most of these things we are giving out here, they are for free. No one is getting paid. Like the whole panel today as it's sitting, no one is getting paid to do what we're doing. People are doing it out of their heart, out of the abundance of their heart. And one thing that looks like cutting across the board, most of us had to go through some problem at a given time. At a given time, somebody had to step up to help us get to wherever we are. So it's just another way of giving back to society. And, you're talking about having had someone to take you through primary school, high school, and then you benefited from the help, loans and all that stuff, and then now you're doing your master, your postgrad, and then you're doing it using scholarship. It means these opportunities are out there. It's just up to us as individuals to go out there and chase those opportunities down. It's not about making 1 or 2 applications. I know people that have made 4, 5, 6 applications. I have a cousin of mine, I think he finished high school in 1996. And then he got a chance. He was supposed to go to Makerere University to study. He wasn't able to raise the amount that they needed. He applied for scholarships from 1996 until 2007. That's when he got his opportunity. Everyone had given up on him, but Tom never gave up. You'll see him with a bag walking from the village all the way to town to, access internet, do that. He did that until 2007, and he actually got his scholarship. And I think in 2012, he graduated with his, undergrad, and then right on started doing his master's. He's already finished his master's. Right now, he's doing his PhD on the scholarship, because these people looked at the journey this guy had been through, and they felt like this guy deserves it. So you're not going to get that scholarship on your first try. Maybe you not get it on your second try, but that's not reason enough to give up. And she says, I know, I stood before students. I told students at high school level, and I've talked to people. I know people have a problem when it comes to writing. I'll be so frustrated whenever I give people like to write an essay. For me, an essay, when you tell me to write an essay, that's something like 5 minutes. In my head, I already got a storyline. I already got everything lined up. The storyline flows from the top to the bottom. But I find that most people don't have that ability to do that, because you find that someone is so good at math, but they're so fluent in English. There is no reason to give up because of that. She says, if you write, a motivation letter and you don't actually nail it, they can go through your letter and they can help you make a better one. If you are unable to do that, go out there. There are people who actually make a living out of writing those. They'll charge you. But if you look at it like they're charging me 10,000 on this letter today, or 5,000, 2,000, and that's too expensive, try ignorance. I think ignorance is more expensive. But if you go out there, look at the opportunities that you open yourself. If you go out there and actually make those applications, and if you are lucky enough, or if you're lucky and you get that opportunity, you can further your studies, and you put yourself on a pedestal that most people are not able to reach, because most people right now in Kenya or in Africa have undergraduate degrees. So for you to stand out, you need to go to postgraduate. So many people are now getting their masters. So now we're talking about going to PhDs. So you always have to ascend to stand out. If everyone on the playing field has an undergrad, if you have a master's degree, you have an upper hand in getting that chance. So Christine, I'll go back to the questions. I know you've talked about how long Scholar Park has been operational for the last two years. You've talked about having a co-founder. She's from Ethiopia. I think that's something really good because you get to link from with people from different backgrounds, different societies and stuff like that. Okay, I want to ask. I want to ask what kind of, I'm talking in terms of full and partial scholarships, are you helping people actually apply for?
Okay, so before I even answer that question, let me just emphasize on what you're saying about standing out when it comes to postgraduate studies. So you find that in Kenya, like we have a number of people graduating every year with a bachelor's degree. Many people graduating every year with bachelor's degree, and then they get frustrated when they come out because they need employment opportunities. They can't get hired and all that. They tarmac. So you find that people get frustrated if they don't get employment. So I encourage people that they can always look for other way out, like getting a scholarship. You can apply for a scholarship. I know some scholarships need experience. Like some scholarship need like 2 years experience after your undergraduate studies, but others don't. So if you've tried you've tried applying for job opportunities and all that, and you can't get, why can't you consider a scholarship opportunity? And also the thing is, we are so lucky to have internet, like to have the internet nowadays, because you have like quick access to information, you can easily apply for a scholarship. So yeah, what was your question? Sorry.
And I know it's easy for you to get carried away when it comes to things like this, so I understand. So I was asking in terms of full and partial scholarships, which ones are you helping? Are you helping, both, if people get both, full scholarship or partial scholarship, or you just helping them get full or part?
Yeah, so I mostly share fully funded scholarship opportunities. I've been overlooking partial scholarships because there are many fully funded scholarship opportunities that I feel that people can benefit from, and the opportunities are many. Like at times I don't even share all. I don't have the time to share all the scholarship opportunities, So mostly I've been sharing full scholarship opportunities and not really partial, but I've come across many partial scholarship also.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good. And I just wanted to reiterate one point that Christine put out. Today, I always tell people this: in today's age of information, lack of information is a choice. I know most people that have gone through their undergraduate studies, there is very few of them that do not have a smartphone. There is very few of them that do not have Facebook. There is very few of them that cannot access YouTube or cannot access the internet. So given that information is out there for all of us, and for mostly you people, it is, it's like it's a slap in the face to tell people I'm not able to get scholarships, because I see a lot of people, they use their time on the internet sharing things that do not even help them, engaging in activities or engaging in things that do not even help their character. And also keep this in mind: it's getting to a point, if you're going to apply for a scholarship, say for example you apply for a scholarship to come to the US, guess what? They're going to go through your social media history. So whatever you're doing on that social media, as much as you want to tell us it's not our concern, it should not concern us, you're going probably to lose one or two opportunities because of what you're doing on social media. They've made that one a requirement that they will go through your social media, because they find out like most people are not going to share these things, but they're going to share them on social media. And you might think like you did this thing 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago. It doesn't matter. The internet does not forget. And sometimes you'll say like, I'll make a post or I'll do something and go delete. Remember, you're deleting that, but you're not deleting the thumbnail. You're not deleting the thumbnail, the thumbnail from the servers. You can only delete on what you are able to see. But if someone wanted to dig deeper, they can always unearth everything that you've done on the internet. So keep that in mind. So if you think like at one given time you might want to benefit from some of these things, even if you don't want to do scholarship, look at it, because once the US has adopted that, you will have a trickle-down effect. It's going to go to other countries. Major countries like Australia, the UK, Germany, they'll start adopting the same thing, because with doing that, they're able to weed out these people that are not beneficial to their societies. Because when you come here, you have to show that you're going to be beneficial to the American society at the same time as you're benefiting from them. So if you have had like some really, questionable characters that you've shown on Facebook or WhatsApp or Instagram or Twitter, you are locking your doors. So watch what you do. We don't really need to tell you what to do, but watch what you do. So okay, to move forward, to move forward, I wanted to ask, do you help the prospective applicants acquire the needed documentation? I know you talked about wanting to, go further as, to help them get their visas and all that. But before they get to that point of getting visas, there's some other documents around. You talked about, recommendation letters from their schools, from their bosses and stuff like that. Do you sometimes help in that?
So currently, no. What we do is just give you information, share the available scholarship opportunities, and also engage in useful discussions that can help you in preparing these documents. For example, tell you how to go about looking for recommendation letters, approaching your referees, how to go about, prepare all the necessary documents that, like, there's a video I'm about to share on the required documents that are needed, that you need to prepare prior to your application. All the 7 documents that are needed for any scholarship application. So all we do is give you information on what to do and how to do it as at now. And maybe in the future we'll help you at a fee, get these documents that are needed for your application. And you mentioned something, Mike, and it made me know why we started the YouTube channel for Scholarpack, because it's not like students are not coming, it's not like they don't come across these scholarship opportunities. Some do, but the thing is they don't want to read, because you have to go through the scholarship program website and look through the scholarship program and read what is needed and all that. But people nowadays, they don't want to read. They spend their time watching funny videos on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, So we were like, how about we do like a video explanation about scholarship, because they don't want to read what is required, what the scholarship program is about and all that. So we are basically breaking down. It's like we are chewing food for you, like we are telling you this scholarship opportunity is there, and apart from being there, this is what is required. This is the application deadline. So we're explaining to you, and we are telling you how to do it, how to go about it, how to go about the application process in like a 5-minute video on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really good, but you have to ask yourself, to what length are you going to be able, if you have, like, say you come across like 50 scholarship opportunities, and every opportunity is going to have different requirements. They're going to require different documents, or sometimes they'll require certain things. Are you going to be able to make 50 videos for all these days? You're not going to be able to do that. So for you out there listening to us today, what we are saying to you is probably turn off TikTok for even 30 minutes a day. Turn off that nonsense on Facebook Live. I know there's so many pages out there. When you look at the kind of views we get sharing this, and when you look at if someone was dancing naked on Kilimani Moms and Dads, the views they get, then you kind of get to understand, what kind of people, we are. We need to move away from that. We need, because one thing when you're doing a message delivery system is, unless it's like digital or something like that. When I say, Sharon, go tell Kristen this, Sharon might not be able, most of the time, 90% of the time, she'll not actually say exactly what I said. She will distort the message. So when I read about a scholarship and then try to make a video about it, I might not make a video that is 100% true representation of what I read. So for you to get 100% of what you actually need is for you to go to that scholarship and spend your time. It doesn't matter. Read 1, 2, 3, 4 times before you start doing anything. Once you understand what they want, you know the documents they want, then it gets easier for you to start going out there and gathering those documents. And another thing I have to reiterate is this. Remember this. Every person that you meet in life, treat them with respect. And whenever you part ways with people, part ways in a respectful manner. One day you might need them. Remember, the world is just a stage and everyone is acting out their part. And just because someone's part has acted out on the fringes, it doesn't mean they don't bring any value to your life or to somebody's else life. So when you're doing your undergraduate, make sure you're in good terms with the lecturers. Say now you need a recommendation letter from them. It won't be so hard for you, because if you are in good terms, probably you have their personal phone number. You just call them, hey, Mr. So-and-so, could you please write me a recommendation letter? I'm trying to get this scholarship from ABC. They will do that. When you're working somewhere, even if it comes time for you to leave in a respectful way. Those people might come back and be helpful to you. That whole thing of, you know what you're doing, you know what's best for you, you're living your best life. That one flies on Facebook because, people want to watch that, people will laugh at that, but in real life, it does not. Even those people that have wronged you, those people that you feel like they haven't been the best for you, treat them with respect, because some other time you might actually need them. So, okay, another thing is, Scholar Pack, as it is right now in its infancy stage. I know you said you haven't started monetizing any of everything you're doing. You only, you're only asking the members to, watch your videos, subscribe to your YouTube channel, follow you on Facebook to get all that information. What other thing do you think is beneficial to those people that are applying for scholarship that actually right now you might not be actually providing that? Probably you know some other resource somewhere else that it might be helpful for those people that, that need that.
I didn't quite get your question, sorry.
My question is, probably do you know any other resource out there that people can actually leverage on to get some of the things that they need to, apply for their scholarship? Say, for example, you help them write everything up and then they're ready. Probably they need to get, a visa. Do you know of any other resources out there that you can guide those people to go and check them out or use those services to go further ahead, do everything they need to do?
Well, yeah, I have contacts and networks. So basically apart from just sharing scholarship opportunities, we also do discussions where I bring scholarship seekers from across the world, I can say from different countries, to share the experiences and to, discuss the journey that they've gone through. So you find that the other day I got a message on Messenger from a Nigerian asking me if I know any Nigerian student who have benefited from a scholarship. So apart from sharing this scholarship, I can also share contacts of people who have gone through the journey and people who are scholarship beneficiaries, and who can help you as well in your application in the best way they can know how to. And also, at the end of every, video, as Michael mentioned, that I can't share all the scholarship opportunities that I've come across because there are many scholarship opportunities there. So at the end of every video, we basically share a link where you can just go to the scholarship and page and like go through it and see if the scholarship opportunity is best suited for you and it's what you wanted to apply for. I mean, if you're eligible for that particular scholarship opportunity. So yeah. So for any help in any way that I can help and in any way my contacts can help, we are happy to help you. All you need is to just reach out and tell us where you need help in, and we'll always help you, whether it's contacts or your application or yeah.
Thank you so much, Christine. We have a few questions from our viewers here. We have Maggie out of the UK. She's asking, what happens if someone, accept reference due to time lapse? There is a problem. Most of the time, you come out of your undergraduate, and then it takes a long time before you get, to go into postgraduate. So this lapse of time, sometimes people lose contact, and then you're not able to get in touch with those people that you need them to make you, to be like your reference. How do you go about this kind of thing? And if it comes to that, is that the whole reason as to why someone will give up, or it'll make the whole process crumble down, or what? Because, like, say for example, I need a referee, and then probably my lecturer from my university passed away or something like that happened. How am I able to go beyond that?
Well, yeah, you need to have like multiple, because from first year to fourth year, you can't tell me you only, like had a relationship with one lecturer. You need to have contacts of different lecturers and have not just contacts but the relationship. They have to, because there's a lecturer who was saying, my friend's lecturer was saying, if you never asked me a question in class, never ask me for a recommendation letter. So that relationship is very important, and don't just have a relationship with one referee, one lecturer. You can have a relationship with like 2 or 3, like my lecturer who's been writing for me recommendations. She's the chairman of biochemistry department in Jomo Kenyatta. We've been, I've kept like a close contact with him. Yeah, so basically relationship is very important when it comes to application. And you can also use your, your, what do you call, your supervisor for your project, yeah, because they know you well. You've worked with them in your proposal, in your project, so you can use and for my project, for my undergraduate project, I had like 2 lecturers. I was working with lecturers, and aside from my current recommendation letter, so it's, you just need to build that rapport, and you need to build that relationship with several, not just one.
Okay, so now you're getting that you have to understand that being personable, you don't have just to be personable with one person.
Yeah.
Be personable with different people, because you never know which one you get whenever you need them. So I have another question from Rose Oginga. She's asking, how can you help students that being out of school, they left school, probably they started a postgraduate, and then had to drop out because of 1 or 2 reasons. Now they want to reapply, to rejoin the course they were doing, or whatever they were doing. How can you help, or what advice do you have for such students?
Well, so they started school and dropped out because of financial reasons.
Probably financial reasons or other reasons, because we've seen people drop out of school even out of sheer idiocy. You just get to a point, I'm tired with the education, you go quit, then after a while you're like, damn, I need to go back. So if you need a scholarship for such a situation, how are you able to help such a student?
Well, there, like I said before, there are many scholarship opportunities that not help students who are currently in school and they have financial problems. So if you have, I've come across not many, but very few. So if you're currently like a student in a certain university, and then you don't have a means of raising your school fees, you can always like apply or seek help from someone else. Like there are well-wishers who are willing to pay fees for other people, apart from just the scholarship opportunities, but also there are grants that help students complete their studies. Yeah. So just look
Yeah.
out
So
for. Sorry, Mike. Just look out for
go ahead.
the opportunities that you're posting, because you post like several opportunities that you come across. So whatever opportunity suits you, you can go ahead and apply for it.
So members, the kind of opportunities are out there. They're varying. That's what basically she's saying. You get some opportunities that are meant for students that are doing, are continuing with their education. There are those that are meant for students that are studying. So you just have to look at which one suits your situation, and then you go with that. And remember, there's no problem in applying for even 5, 6, 7 scholarships, even if they come from the same organization. Say, like, for example, one organization is giving out 20 scholarships and you qualify for 7 of them. There is no problem in applying for those. Another question I think somebody asked here was, what do you do in a situation where a certain scholarship is being offered on the premise that you have to take a certain course? For example, they're offering a scholarship and then you say you have to do a science course, and you are able to do that science, but it's not your number one choice. Is there an opportunity where you can actually switch the courses or something like that?
Okay, so yeah, that's a problem, and I also did a video that I've not published yet, where I was interviewing one of the scholarship beneficiaries, and we are just talking about how scholarship programs they limit, because like different scholarship programs have different development goals that they want to satisfy, that they want to achieve. So they often restrict the kind of courses that they are offering. They offer courses that will help them achieve the development goals that they are interested in. So you find that this particular scholarship have courses that you're not interested in, although you're eligible in all the other criteria. But when it comes to a course, you don't find a course of your choice. So again, scholarships are many. So if you get a scholarship that doesn't have a course of your interest, you can always look out for the next scholarship opportunity, because there's no need of doing a course that you're entirely not interested in. But if you can, if you're flexible enough and you can take up the course, well, go for it, because you can, help in one way or another. But if the scholarship is offering a course that is not of your interest, for sure you'll get another scholarship opportunity that will offer a course of your interest. So you can just apply for the next one.
Okay, I think that one answers Wilfred's question, and I have some pointers for you guys. Being where I am and meeting different people all the time, I've seen this is a kind of a concern. The same question that we just talked about. I see a lot of people that get scholarships in different countries. You move from Kenya, you go to a different country to study a certain course. You get there, probably you took the course knowing you didn't want to do the course. So you get there and then you drop out of that course. And now once you break, the requirements that you had to fulfill on your visa, because you're getting an education visa, you're getting a visa that you have to stay in school for you to continue benefiting from that. So now when you break those conditions, now you are violating the law in that country. I've seen that a lot here in the US. I've seen people, running around trying to find something to do, because once you've been out of school for, I think, 2 months, they start questioning what's happening. They want you to get in touch with them, explain what is happening. And if there is a problem, you have to go back to your native country and start reapplying again. So please apply for that course that is you're comfortable with. Don't start with something and then you get ahead and now you drop out, because one thing when you do that is you're just putting yourself in a bad situation, because if you get caught by law enforcement, you're going to go to jail, number one, and then you get deported. Once that happens, all other opportunities that were open to you, they're gone. I have a few friends of mine here who we went to university with. They're actually doing, most of them are doing their PhDs. I'm really, I've been able to interact with them, and I've seen this problem with some of them, but most of them are actually living up to what they're supposed to do, and it's actually good. But then sometimes in such situation, and if you run in such a situation, you feel like you don't want to continue with it, get with those people who gave you that scholarship. Probably they might be able to help you, but don't just run off and decide, okay, I live like a like a coyote out there in the wild, and no one is going to find me. Remember, when they gave you that, they gave you the scholarship, they had a way of tracking where you are. They can know where you are. If they want you to come for you, just make your whole living experience easier for you.
It's actually a tactic that most students use. They apply for a scholarship on a course that they entirely have nothing to do like with. So it's not a course of their interest. They're just applying for that particular course because they want to go to this particular country. So at the end of the day, you want to go to this country, but you're having your career in a home.
Yeah, you have to do that. And then Rosso Ginga is saying, thanks, Christine, for the great response and the presentation. She will be needing your service for a youth program, and she's saying you have to keep in touch with her. I'll make sure I link the two of you up. That's how most of us are actually able to break out of just being one thing and grow into being varying the things we do in this life. We've come to, especially during the pandemic, we've come to notice that we don't actually need the jobs that we do to survive. We can do other things that can make us survive. So we need to actually open up and make sure that our portfolios are so varied that if one side of it goes down, we're not going down with it. So she says that. And then Wilfred asks another question here, and I think this is really good. How are you able to see red flags in some of these scholarship opportunities? Because I think this is something that's close to him, because one or two of people that he knows actually were given scholarship, and then it ended up that they were forced to do some jobs that they were not ever supposed to do. They were given a scholarship, they went out there in the name of scholarship. When they got there, they were forced to do some labor, some jobs that they were not actually told they were going to do. So you go out there thinking, I'm going to be a student, then you get to India and end up in a brothel somewhere, you're being prostituted or something like that. How are you able to tell red flag? This is actually something that is really rife in the Middle East. I hear of people that actually, you are offered a nice job, you're going to be working in an office somewhere. You get there, there's no job like that. They take away your passport, they take away everything that identifies who you are, and then tell you have to work this. And then most of them are actually done by Kenyans. There are Kenyans out there, they help you get there. When they get there, they take your documents and tell you, I used this amount of money to get you here. Now you have to prostitute yourself to pay me back. And then sometimes I've heard of things like taking 7 years to pay someone back, and then after 7 years they give you a document and tell you, now scratch for something that is left of you to make something of your life. So how are you able to tell red flags just from the go, so that most people don't end up in such a situation?
Okay, yeah, so I don't think that problem is more in scholarship opportunities as it is in applying for jobs. But yeah, so those scholarship opportunities, the application process is free, entirely free. So if someone is asking you to pay, unless they are helping you in preparing documents and so on. So if someone is asking you to pay, that is like a bit fishy, when you're applying for a scholarship. But the only part that you're paying is some scholarship opportunities. Of course, most scholarship opportunities, you need an admission letter from the university. So you need to apply to that particular university and ensure that the university you are applying to is something is done to start about, and you should also do start about that particular scholarship program that you are applying for. And so basically I wanted to say that the only time that you might want to pay is when you are applying for admission. Some universities require admission fee, so that's the only. But
part of your question, but one thing that we keep on telling members over and over is this: do due diligence. It doesn't matter if you are making an investment. It doesn't matter if you're buying something. It doesn't matter if you're selling something. It doesn't matter if you're applying for a scholarship. When you get information, I see this a lot. Someone just sees a link somewhere and then they start sharing the link. They don't go behind the link and then try to ask themselves, why did this person post a link? Is this person posting this link even known? Are they credible? Are they someone that can stand behind their words? Anyone, remember, this is the age of the internet. Anyone can publish anything on the internet. It's up to you that comes in contact with that to make sure that it is actually true. Because I see, like, when you look at so many Facebook pages, they have so much misinformation. They have so many links putting there's a joke here. I get so many requests for people. They send me requests. Hey man, I'm applying for this company in Canada. They just want truck drivers. Can you help me? I need to send them money. I don't know how to. I don't have a visa. I don't have a master. I'm like, there's no trucking company in Canada that wants a driver from Kenya or Nigeria, whatever it is, that they want you to pay a certain amount of money. There is no DHL that is hiring someone. They want you to pay a certain amount to facilitate the process. If it's something legit, you are not going to pay any fees. Like she said, there's just few universities. So if you're going to any program, you have to make sure you get all the information you can on that program. And there's an organization called the BBB. I think it's American, but it works worldwide. Whenever you get these kind of institutions or you get business that you want to do business with, it will be good you go to their website and you look up this business. It's called the Better Business Bureau. They keep a record of all the business out there, large multinational companies that do business. So if you go on there and look up the company and you see some negative comments about that company, you might want to be careful. And sometimes they come out outright and say, this is a scam, this is not a scam, and all kind of stuff. You have to do that. This is just a third party company that helps people to know if you're dealing with someone that is genuine or not. And you can also use you go on YouTube or you go on Facebook, you can go on Yelp, you can go on Yellow Pages, look up that business and look at their reviews. You will find if there is a problem, probably someone saw that problem somewhere else and they wrote about it. I know we Kenyans, today you go to a restaurant, someone will be beaten to death, tomorrow people are going there to eat. We live in a world where reviews either make a business or kill a business. So it doesn't hurt for you to go and look at those reviews, do your due diligence so that you don't end up in a situation where you cannot extricate yourself.
And also,
okay, so
sorry,
go ahead.
Just add something. And also, if you're a bit skeptical about the scholarship, always ask them, go to the official website of that particular university and ask them, do you have partnership with this particular program? Because they always know what scholarship program sponsored in their school. So you can email the admission team and ask them if they know of this scholarship program. Because that's another way of knowing scholarship programs.
Okay, thank you so much, Christine, and thank you so much that watched. I know Wilfred at the bottom is saying thank you guys. Just one more thing, he wants the contacts. Wilfred, I'll say this: if you go on this very live feature that we're doing, I make sure I tag Christine on both her personal page and the Scholar Park page. You can use that as a way of contacting. And also remember, she has a YouTube channel. She needs your support. The only way she'll be able to keep giving you this kind of information, because it takes money. She's not charging anyone for this. She'll be able to make videos. She needs equipment for that. She needs sometimes data for that. For her to be able, please show some support and like her page, watch her her videos. Her Facebook page is Scholar Park, the same as on Facebook. So follow her there and watch her YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and then also ask questions right there if you have some questions. You have something, Kristen?
Yeah, so the YouTube channel is called Christine Ogola. So my name, basically, it's called Christine Ogola. You can go and search on it and subscribe I've posted a number of scholarship opportunities for next year, for 2021. So go check out on those scholarships and see what scholarship you can apply, you're eligible for. If you're not eligible for any scholarship, I always encourage people to share